Alright, let's keep the Alexander campaign going here. We gotta keep our armies moving down towards Egypt. In fact, we want to get them off the boats, as that there is still a large Persian navy in the area. So I now have my little army out here down in Egypt, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of resistance here in this city. So I'm just going to build a couple of rams, we'll maintain the siege, and we'll go blockade the ports there. Try and cause the Persians some loss of money. Let's see, Susa is being sieged out, Sinope is being sieged out, and also the Scythian city up there is being sieged out. So we're about to gain quite a bit of territory. So let's go ahead and end the turn. The Persians are being hesitant to attack me for whatever reason. It's really fine with me. I'll just use this as an opportunity to siege their armies really badly and hurt them. Now this isn't going to be a battle worth showing, as it's just, let's see, yeah, he's just a family member here in that town. So we'll just go ahead and auto-resolve this. Take the city.
Victory and honor!
And we'll of course be exterminating the city. And I'm going to take it off of auto-manage for just a moment in order to get a few buildings started. Repair the gates, and we're going to want to build the barracks, everything such as that. And then we'll put it back on auto-manage, and we'll make a move for, I assume this is Alexandria or something, Memphis, Thebes, who knows. I don't really know my Egyptian cities too well, to be honest. I keep asking if it was Alexandria. You know, that's pretty stupid of me to mention that it would be Alexandria, because Alexander is here in this campaign. So, yeah, take back my idiotic mistake there. Apparently he probably, yeah, just forget I ever said it. Let's pretend that we're founding Alexandria. How about that? Let's go ahead and end another turn and see if the Persians are man enough to step up and defend their city. It looks like the Scythians are going to man up and defend their city. So let's fight this battle. Right, here I am back on the battle map. I am trying to bottle up the barbarian infantry here at the gates. So I now have all of my men in phalanx mode. There's some barbarian spearmen running around behind my line, and they're pretty much running around like idiots. And I've already routed some of the barbarian infantry at the gates. And this is the strategy that the computer should use whenever it fights Sally battles, but it does not. There we go. I'm going to take all my men off guard mode because these barbarian infantry pose no real threat, and I want them to just simply push through all of them, like Greek heavy infantry should. In fact, Greek heavy infantry should be basically an impenetrable bronze wall of spears. And it pretty much looks like that's the case at this point, albeit it's a rather small wall, as none of the armies involved in this particular engagement are very large. And for some reason my men here are lined up all stupid. I wasn't paying any attention to this fight. So I will just charge in my cavalry. Oh well, there was an enemy cab unit there that I was unaware of too, but no biggie. All the barbarians are pretty much dead at this point. They've got a couple of remaining units. So alright, this battle's pretty much over. I just gotta waltz on into the town center and take the city for my own. So this kind of shows you how you should properly fight a Sally battle rather than backing up like the computer always does. Alright, so we've now captured the Scythian city. We will give them a good exterminating. All of this is just to generate revenue for myself. I know some of you disagree with that tactic, but for the time being, I will be doing it. And I see another huge barbarian army in my territory, kind of behind the lines, which is frustrating. Here it is. It's the Scythian faction leader. I guess he's out, hoping to exact some revenge for what I did to him. The only army I have in the area is up here at Sinope, which is unfortunate because they were about to surrender, but I'm just not sure that it would be smart of me to let a Scythian army of that Well, I mean, that city has a garrison. Maybe I can go ahead and capture Sinope this turn. And then we will go ahead and turn back. And, well, it's still saying that the balance of power goes to the Persians, for whatever reason that is. I guess just because they have a general. Whatever. You know what? I'm just gonna wait and see what happens with that big giant Scythian army there. I'll train a couple of extra units of hoplites in my cities. I'm sure that he's going to besiege this city right here, and we'll just see what happens. I'm sure we can figure it out one way or another. I'm not really too scared of the AI, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and march on this next Egyptian city, even though this one appears unhappy. And we'll maintain the siege. I can't really train any troops to garrison here yet, except for peasants. So, I don't know, I'll train some peasants. I don't see how it'd do any good, but we'll give it a go. So, Susa is continuing to be sieged. I'm trying to siege it out really bad. Cause the Persians a lot of trouble right here. And I think that it will work out that way. Alright, the Scythians did not attack, the Persians did not attack. So, in order to make it even more difficult for that barbarian army there, I'm going to train another unit of hoplites in my cities in this vicinity. And that way, if they do attack the city, I can just be able to hold out a little better. And if I don't, then I'll just disband those units after I no longer need them. And what do you know, the name of that city was Memphis. So, great. Maybe it later became Alexandria. I haven't read history, so I haven't read that part of history. I do like to read history. Let's go take a look at our new city up here. See what needs to be built here. I know the computer's already started building what it wants to. Take it off auto manage for a minute. Yeah, I have my own priorities here. First of all, we want to tear down this shrine. So we'll tear that down. Shrine of Zeus. Build the shrine first. Look, I don't need those barracks right now. And we'll build it in that order. Retrain my troops. And then we'll be out of here one turn later, after I recruit one unit just to stay in the city and garrison it. And I will turn it back on auto manage for now. And I'll go ahead and march down down through the Caucasus and continue my attack. Alright, Susa only has 3 turns left to surrender. Sinope is either going to surrender this turn or come out to fight. I expect they'll come out to fight. So let's find out. So the cowardly Persian decides to come forth from his city walls. Well, I'll see you on the battle map. Trying to run out the gate. It looks like they're going to take some of their cavalry out the side gates. That's fine. By the time their cavalry even gets here, it'll just be tired, and I'll have my hoplites ready to destroy it. So these Persian spearmen are going to charge right in, and I'm going to go ahead and drop the spears and let them have it. Greek style. So here's the remainder of my troops over here. Yeah, they routed instantly, just as I expected. I'm going to run forward. Oh, a little bit of Persian cav did get out of the gates. So I'm going to have to go over there and deal with that. The Persian cav out here is actually going to be better than my own. I forgot to turn these troops into phalanx as well. Phalanx, you goobers. Alright, let's do a rear charge on these Persian cav that's attacking my phalanx here. That's heavy Bactrian cavalry, so that's actually some very excellent cavalry. Similar to cataphracts, but not quite as heavy. And I hit them with a rear charge plus the phalanx troops. So although they're very tough cav units, they're going to die right there. Oh wow! I was lucky that that unit of Bactrian cav, or sorry, that was Barcanian horsemen. No wonder they routed. Wow, those heavy Bactrian cav right there just fought to the death. I'll tell you what, man, that was pretty heroic. I've got one of my units of spearmen inside the city. That's fine, I'll just go ahead and keep them in there. And there is one more unit of Barcanian horsemen here outside the city. Barcanian are the axe-armed horsemen. They're decent cav, but I'm pretty sure my light cav can probably take care of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and start marching my hoplites all inside the city. Yeah, and my cav actually did not take but a couple of losses right there, so that turned out just fine. I've got a unit of Bactrian cav. Yeah, here's the heavy Bactrian cavalry bearing down on my hoplites that are in the city. So I want to go ahead and get them in phalanx and get them marching in this direction. That way they can properly counteract this cavalry. Let's come down here to Street View. This is Google Earth Street View. Not exactly, but pretty much, right? Yeah, I don't want these cav all over my hoplites coming in the gates. But it'll work out alright. I'll get my troops here into phalanx mode. But heavy Bactrian cavalry is very strong and not bad in a melee fight either. There's the filthy bearded Persians trying to hold out. Here comes the Persian general, who has decided to come join the fight after most all of his troops are dead. So we'll turn on them now. This Persian general is a Persian chariot general, and they have bow and arrows as well as melee attack.
The gods be praised! The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
Alright, again, this battle is pretty much over. Obviously, Vexino easily fell to me. I don't know why the heck the computer was trying to say that for some reason they had a good chance. Don't get me wrong, maybe they had a good general, but he doesn't have any troops to back him up. So, there you go.